Well, it is time once again for another preview of one of the Playpools, and you are in for a treat today because it is the home of the champion. And if you believe some of these coaches, they say F4 best four. Well, I suppose we can't argue with them because they've got the champ, haven't they? And also, if that wasn't good enough, I have two other MML coaches to help me hopefully put some sense into which two teams will make the playoffs, and obviously the 6-1. And we've got the lovable Scott Dio. Welcome, Dio.
Hey, guys.
And we've also got the head honcho of the Clean Union, the one and only Cav Archer. Now then, Cav, how you doing, buddy?
Right.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, what can we say? I mean, this Playpool looks pretty tasty. And I think whichever two get into the playoffs from this Playpool will certainly earn it. And the first one I want us to have a look at is the Solar Savers. Chase JJ must be one of the longest teams in the MML going. These seem like they've been going from season 1. I'm probably wrong, but they must be quite close.
Took a break out to play Kemri for a while, so
right.
Despite being one of the older teams, there's other teams that have played more consistently.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it is an old team, but he had a fairly long Kemri run, so he's switched back to these guys. I think a couple of seasons ago now.
Dio, what do you think of this team? I'll go to you first.
It's built disgustingly well. The main problem with Norse is speed, which he's covered with that runner.
That's a seriously sick runner, isn't it? Movement 9.
For AB7 to have lasted long enough to make it to well beyond legendary.
Yeah.
Never mind the Wolf that's done the same.
Yeah, it's a really speedy team, isn't it? I mean, Cav, what do you think? I mean, it looks a pretty scary team.
Yeah, it is. It's very scary. I mean, Hanyolo's kind of a legend. He's been around for a while. He's surviving. He's got a niggle, but he's still sticking in there.
Any of the players?
He's got some pylon. He's got some break tackle.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, the break tackle's good, isn't it? The 2 Wolf Wines break tackle makes him dangerous. +2 on a dodge, isn't it? I've just put down on here is Hanyolo superstar, but he's niggle, but movement 9, agility 4. Yes, please. Strength 4, agility 4, berserker.
So he's not going down that often.
I mean, they've got that Ram man who's strength 4, agility 4, who's good. What they call it, the Van Berserker.
Do we know if Chase brought in a new player?
I'm not sure if he's brought anybody in. I mean, do you know if he's brought anyone in, Dio?
No, I kind of ignore the marketplace a lot, so I don't really pay too much attention to who's bringing in what.
I think it's a really nice build because even the Yeti's got block, mighty blow, claw, guard.
I'd say the Yeti's really nice. He's got a good amount of guard. I really like the break tackle. I love the fend. He's got some great defensive skills for the AV7.
Yeah.
He's got a cheeky leader in there. I don't see a dirty player. I'm kind of used to seeing that on Norse teams.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't play that way.
No, Chase is absolutely fantastic at positioning and getting that guy.
He is. Yeah, he is. And like I said, I mean, on an AV,
plays it more just to have Norse. If you get the guy sent off, well, you've probably removed 2 or 3 guys in the process of doing it.
Yeah, and he's only got. I mean, he's got 2 niggles across the team. Some great players with stat ups. Yeah, it's a really, really strong Norse team.
V Power V's in the house. How are you doing, buddy? I just like this team. I mean, it's got 5 guard, 5 mighty blow. It's got some claw. It's got it's got all 4 enemies what can move about wherever they want, and they're both well developed. I can't really see much of a weakness in this team, if I'm being brutally honest.
No, I mean, it is just those 2 niggles. If Han was to get injured, with that niggle, I think the team would suffer a little bit, especially in this pool because it's so strong.
Yeah.
But I think if Han's healthy, then the team's going to be firing for sure. And Chase
But
is
it's
like
with
the
100k
OZ.
cash, so you can easily get a new runner.
He could, yeah. He's got 100k in the bank. 2050
And
TV, yeah.
I mean,
he's got a
does it
squad that can protect a rookie.
concern you that he's not got a bench?
But it does.
Again, he's
But
got
then
100k to go up to 13 players after the first game, assuming he doesn't lose too many.
Yeah, I suppose the TV cap as well. Is the TV cap somewhere around 2050?
It's 1950, but
he's got his
Chase
bonuses.
has been around long enough to get
bonus,
the
yeah, he's right
bonus.
on it then, yeah. So he's
Yeah,
right.
so he had no option to bring. No option to bring anything else in. No, it's fair enough then. Right, let's have a look at the
having a bench would have been getting rid of some of those.
Yeah, what would have been worth it.
Players.
So let's have a look at all the teams. So we've got 8 teams there. Cav, who is their best matchup, do you think?
Their best matchup, I think he will enjoy either the Morning Stars or the Brigadiers.
Right.
The Morning Stars, he's got some easy targets in the Thralls. I think he'll enjoy, giving them some belly flop hugs. And I think the Brigadiers being new and still developing, I think Chase's really strong positioning will bring him through that one. So those would be my 2.
Okay.
All the rest, I think he's got a good chance, but those would be my 2.
And Dio, who do you think is his best matchup?
Again, I would kind of agree with the Morning Stars. He's got what he needs to cause them the issues of losing their meat bags.
Fair enough. I personally think, and this might surprise a few people because obviously I'm a 4 horseman, but I think his best matchup is Rand. I mean, Rand's team's very slow. They're very battered. The killer is out at the moment, and that killer hasn't been doing much either. I've been told it's a team in transition. I mean, one of their best tacklers is only movement 4. His beast is great, but it's only movement 3. And there's not much there. I mean, there's not much mighty blow. I don't think there's much scary. I mean, the only thing what would concern me, you would get quite a bit of inducements, high roadkill.
Yeah.
And I just think if I'm the Norse, I'd fancy my chances against this team. And Rand has obviously gone on record. He said he's feeling he's fearing the worst this season. This team is busted. I just think
why he's running away to play Pro Elves.
Maybe I don't know. If he ran away to play Pro Elves, then we'd have to obviously be recruiting another horseman. But
that's what Vanslow's there for. You've already got the replacement.
Vanslow's too nice. He's really too nice. Is Vanslow? I mean, I obviously streamed his game, and he was just too nice. I mean, it was like someone would take him.
You were screaming out for the foul.
It wasn't just
war dancers on the ground. Yeah.
It wasn't just me. Well, to be honest, I was quite thinking it was the chat what was going, do it. But I just thought he was so nice. He got a chainsaw and didn't do that with a chainsaw. Like I said, on the booth, I was like, look, he's the sort of guy you want to take home if you're, to see your mum or something. I don't know. But regarding Chase, I think Plague Inc. is a good matchup for him. The only thing I'd be worried about is obviously Plague Inc. would get inducements. But hey, right, we see.
That's why I didn't give it, because I think Rand would be very smart with inducements, and he would know exactly the right things to take to chase a game.
Nagel aren't quick, we know that, but these are slow for a Nagel team. But Rand is.
Got a move guy there.
Yeah. Just the one?
Just the one? Yeah, he would be a
like, hey guys, let's go and get him, guys! We're oh crap, it's me against about 5 of them. But...
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Right, so that's the good old matchups for good old Chase. Which is the worst matchups for him? We'll go with Dio first this time. Which is the worst matchup for the poor Norse?
I would generally say the Georgia Goons. Orcs, they generally have everything that the Norse don't want. They spam block, they spam mighty blow, and they're around the same speed.
Yeah, and they'd be busted as well in the Black Hawk department. Overkill, who's in the booth? Oh, that lovable Cav Archer's in the booth, and Dio, the lovable Scotsman's in the booth with me. Yeah, I can see why. I mean, the Goons, very, very tough team. I'm just seeing if these two guys played.
So I was just checking.
I thought they'd played. Obviously not. I'm losing my mind. I am getting old, to be fair. Ran says, "Oh God, Dio's in the house."
Here,
but yeah, I mean, I can sort of get where you're coming from with the Goons. And Cab, do you agree with that, or do you think there's another worse matchup for them?
Yeah, I mean, I was also going to go for the Orcs. I don't think he will enjoy playing Beers either.
The Misfits, the Champ. You will like playing the Champ.
Yeah, I don't think he will enjoy playing the Champ. I think both of those teams. I think even Jesty's Necromantics as well. I think because he's got that speed, and it looks. Yeah. I think Jesty's just brought in another Strength 4 Wolf.
Yes, he does. Casually just throws in the Strength 4 Wolf in there. Cruel intentions.
I think that was his season buy, and Glumtusk Whitefur is still just
interesting thing. Chase is in the chat. He said he played the Goons 3 seasons ago, and it was the Goons who niggled Han. So.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of a grudge there now.
Maybe
revenge.
We like revenge, don't we? We like revenge.
That's going to be a toasty one. Yeah, I think both two really good coaches. Colorado and Chase. I think that would be a pretty epic game. Maybe Chase would sweat slightly more.
Yeah, Chase did mention some information for me. He says Kelvin is the only remaining original player on Solus. They've had 5 straight winning seasons. Dragon Gaze is from the Age of Sigmar charity tournament, and I'm looking forward to playing Stem's Vamps. He is my favourite coach to play against. So that's the information I've got from Chase. Now, I'll be honest here. I'm pretty confident, and I can twist things to make something sound good. But when I was looking for worst matchups for Solar Savers, I came back with a big fat 0. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I think all these teams could be difficult, but I think that the Savers, they look good. They do. They do. Yeah. It is. If someone said to me pick a team, I would say the Morning Stars, because they've got Agility 5 Vamps who can just Hypno on a 2+ and bust the cage open for the tackle piece to get in there and get him. I know they've got them AB7 thralls and all that stuff, but the thing is, these vampires, they're just scary. I mean, you've got Agility 5 on 2 of them, a Strength 5 one, you've got an Enforcer with Mighty Blow tackle what could take Han out. So I had to, in the end I was like, well, you know what? Chase has done a good job, but if I have to pick a team I'd be worried about, it would be the Morning Stars.
Yeah, he does have that tackle Mighty Blow guy that can... Yeah, I mean, Vamps are so hard to predict. You just never know what they're going to do. I think they're the real wild card of the group.
And
so you could have a really good game against them, or you could have a really horrendous one if all the gaze comes off and guys get hit.
That's it. It's with Vamps, it's just that one being in a random place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're rolling so many more d6.
You are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's got a winning record as well. 45 wins, 13 draws, 39 losses. I think he's won 3 bowls as well. I really like the Norse, and it's unusual because I'm not a Norse fan, but this team seems to have the majority of things covered, and maybe we'll see the Norse in the playoffs. I really like this team. That's usually a bad sign for people because that means I might tip them. But I like them. I think it's done a really good job with them, and I think if they don't make the playoffs, they'll be playing in the bowl game again. I think it's a real nice team in a very, very tough Playpool. Yeah, but we will move on to the second team in this division, and that is the Vamps, the Muslon Morning Stars. Well, this is a monstrosity of a team as well, making Muslon great again. Obviously known for his Bretonnians, he's turned to the dark side with these vampires. He has, hasn't he? Cap, what do you think of the team?
I mean, I love this team. I love the coach. I love um, all the stuff he puts out. It's just so good. The stories behind it.
Yeah.
Um, I did actually play this team when I got mid-season promoted, and it scared the crap out of me.
Yes.
But he had that vamp implosion thing going on, and I
Right.
managed to nick the win. Um, so I love the team. I love what it can do. I mean, he was like picking up with the thrall. You know, he's got the thrall
Yeah.
doing stuff. Doesn't even have to activate all the vamps, and he knows his vamps really well. But they just roll so many dice. Um,
Yeah.
so it really does come down to if he starts injuring his own players. But Gaze is just so dangerous, and he's got the agi up as well, which makes that even more so.
Yeah, because it's like a 2+, isn't it? A 2+. If he's not in another tackle zone to to
Yeah,
hypnose someone, it's
yeah, and
scary.
he's got a killer piece. He's got a strength up piece with guard.
Yep.
He's got the vamps doing everything. He's got the pro. He's got one that's injured.
But he doesn't have to rely on the vamps either with those
He
four
doesn't. That's
thralls.
the thing. That's what I was playing him. He was doing a lot with the thralls,
Mm.
because he's got some super strong thralls. I don't know why he's feeding them, but yeah, he's got some strong guys on the team. Looks like he's missing his guard piece for first game. So
Yeah.
he'll probably be looking for an easier game one.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't know if he's brought anyone in. Trying to figure out maybe the rookie guy.
I mean, I think it's quite big that he's got that number 7 less shots because he can. I mean, I thought if I did vamps, I would try and get a thrall, a decent thrall, because then you don't have to worry about, oh no, I might roll a 1 when I try and score and stuff like that. And it's just
Right.
more reliable, isn't it? And then sometimes, like you said, you might not have to activate the vamps if they're in a good position.
Yeah.
So his 2 thralls are pretty good. He's got a kicker as well. I just like this team. I hate playing against vamps, especially when they're built like this. We had in the big PC league in Rebel, the top division, the guys who were top were a vampire team, and he lost no games with them, and he was developed like this. I would say this is probably better developed. So when vampires are developed like this, they can be almost unstoppable. And obviously then you've got a very good coach in Stemjal, who's a brilliant coach.
He is.
Pulling the strings. Well, I don't know. I mean, what do you think of the team, Dio?
It's got everything you need. You've got your bunch of trash at the bottom, which includes Cavalier the Archer, just for
What?
munching on.
I didn't know I made the team. I just noticed that. Just got called trash by Dio on air. Oh dear.
Oh dear, here we go again.
Like the
We got
Nice
Andy the
shots
Faux
to
King as
just-
well. He calls him trash.
Yeah. Dear me. It's all kicking off beers. It's all beers' fault. I love this. I love this team.
Everything you need.
It has, hasn't it?
You've got
I would.
vamps
I would.
and
I'm glad I don't.
dedicated roles.
I'm glad I had to play this team. That's one thing. Right then, so let's play a good matchup, bad matchup. Dio,
Okay.
you can go first. Who's their best matchup? Which is the team he's going to look forward to beating? Do you think?
I'm pretty much going to steal your answer from the last one and go with Rand.
Ooh.
He's the most beaten up.
Yep.
He's got the least speed for dealing with those vamps,
Yep.
and the hypnotic gaze is just going to cause chaos for his beast,
yeah.
his warriors, and the beast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point. Cav, do you agree or do you see somebody else?
I do. I was just looking at his past history. So he beat Rand 3-0, and
Woo!
he also beat the Norse 2-0. It was it was We the Norse though. So
Different Norse team.
yeah, I think he will. Yeah, I hate to pick on Rand because he's such a good coach, but I think he might enjoy playing him the most because of the speed and cage breaking. But he might have a good game against Chase. I think when those two play, it'll be a really interesting game.
An interesting point as well is that I mean, I don't think it was last season, maybe in the season before. It might have been a bowl game for all I know. And the Morning Stars did beat the current champions 1-0. So, they.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're such a random team. It's like if everything fires and they break cages and get the ball, then they're impossible to stop because, you rely so strongly on positioning and they just dance through it. But then if they start chomping on their own fodder, or if you get a van, just leg it off the pitch. So they are the real, genuine wild card of the group, and I think Sturm loves that. I think he loves playing into that.
Yeah, and he's got his Hillary Clinton was brilliant, and obviously President Trump and all that as well. I just love everything about it. It's great.
He does, yeah. It's a really, really great, flavorful team.
I think the best matchup for him is the Nagel, but not the Rand Nagel, the 3-13 Nagel. And why would you say that? Is because they're so nice. They won't foul them trolls. They won't foul them vampires. They won't use the Might Blow Claw to kill them vampires. That would be too nasty. So I'm praying that he's going to be too nice. But also, this team, I don't know how experienced Vanslo is. He did really well in the challenge run. But he's against 7 big coaches here. I mean, these are huge coaches.
This is a big pool to get promoted into. There's some real big heavyweights, some very experienced and good coaches.
It's gonna toughen him up, isn't it? This Playpool is,
I was gonna wait till he comes to his team to say a few things, but yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's tough when you go from the CL to the pros. I mean, other coaches have done it before. I remember Roik doing it well. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a tough call, and I think Sturm Jarl's experience may come good for him, I think.
Yeah, good call.
So, what is the worst matchup for this team, dear? Is there one? Must be.
The Misfits.
Ooh,
the champs.
The champs.
Yeah.
Even though he beat the champs last time they played. That was only like about 8. Ooh, okay. Any reason why you think this is the worst matchup? Is it the pure killing power of Olo Tail and Billy One Eye Willie?
Combination of the tackle, claw, and mighty blow.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It means that he can hit those, and the fact that he's got the strength to be able to hit the vamps with relatively few assists.
Yeah, fair dues. Cav?
Oh, worst matchup. This is a tough one. I think I do really like the Orcs. I think they might be a tough game for him.
Yeah, Chaser said the same thing. He thinks the Goons. He's agreeing with you.
I think the Goons will be just because Orcs can be such green bastards.
Yeah.
And the champs as well, I think. But I think the Goons will give him a bit more issues. So yeah, I'll go for those.
I think the Goons are a bad matchup as well for the main thing of all that firepower. They've got a lot of mighty blow, got tackle, they've got, all the guard as well. The only thing what worries me is because they're so slow, the Vamps are going to be able to keep trying to get to them each turn. But then I'm thinking, like you guys have said, the Vamps might end up biting their own players off the pitch or walking off the pitch, and they're going to be getting hit by a mighty blow a lot. So I don't think they're a good matchup at all for them. So I probably would agree on that. I think I'll go with the Georgia Goons as well. But Morning Stars, I can't wait to see what they do because they always do something good under Sturm, John.
They do craziness.
He's got Elf Turf. The thing what surprised me, he has a losing. I love Elf Turf. The thing what surprised me, it might be because he's in such a tough player pool. His record is 12 wins, 12 draws, 19 losses. Hopefully this season he can go 7-0 and get a positive season. I
don't know. Yeah.
But again, quite a lot of them losses probably could have been from when he was trying to get them to the level they are now. I think he'll have a winning season this season. But it's going to be tough because every time I look at one of these teams, like, oh my god, they're so good. But hey, I think they'll do well with it. Right, let's move on to it. A coach reminds me of Snitchberg Pirates, maybe, but it's now Chaos Innsmouth Deep Ones. That's a bit of a mouthful. So Whiskey used to play Skaven, now plays Chaos, but I think someone said he plays them like Skaven.
Yeah.
Interesting team.
The first thing you need to do is read the team motto out loud.
Team motto. Yeah, do you want to try that, Dio? It sounds more like your language compared to
You have to be
mine.
considerably drunk to do that, Dio. Far too sober to read that out.
I think we need to be Welsh. They don't use vowels either.
You got to be a drunken Welsh guy to completely do that justice, I think.
I think we should all try it, though. I think we should all have a go. I think, Dio's sort of... I think Dio should at least start it off.
Dio, you go first.
You go first, Dio. Come on, Dio.
Okay. Funglui, Muglath, Cthulhu, Relay, Wagnaga, Fadans.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to do it better than man. You're going to do it better than man.
You did it for all of us.
I'm going to have a go, because I made the thing, so I'm going to make him sound even better now. Funglui, Magwalanath, Cthulhu, Ryla, Waganagi, Fatagan. That's the girls, yeah. Right, Cav.
Not as good as Dio's, but
it's never going to be good as Dio's. Dio's was awesome.
All right. Funglui, Maglath, Cthulhu, Malay, Waganathi,
It was so beautiful until the at the end. That was so beautiful.
It was a weak finish.
It was a weak finish, wasn't it?
Gave in. Yeah, my tongue just
the
gave
pressure
in at the end.
of the final. But we tried. We tried.
We tried. We're sorry.
Well, yeah. You two were beautiful. I mean, I just murdered it, but hey, at least I'm consistent. This team, though, let's have a look at this team. I'll tell you what I put down. I'll go first for once. Why the hell not? I've got two nice ball players in Matanichi, and he's got Atshock, who adds a bit of pace. Thor mighty blow pieces for punch, but no bench is a concern. But I'll say that about any team. Seems a nice enough team, doesn't it, Dio?
Yeah, it looks like it had a bit of pain from the end of last season, but it's still got the key things for what it does. It's not got too much murder in it, which is different for a Chaos team, but I quite like seeing different. Having played Whiskey before, it's an absolute riot playing him. He's so much fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's an interesting. I mean, Cap, what do you think of this team? I mean, it's got a bit of everything, really.
It's pretty unconventional, which I really like about it. It does, but I like teams that have a bit of everything. I think Chaos can lean into that quite strongly. He's got a couple of really good ball handlers. He's got some tail in there and some tackle, mighty blow. So he's got a guy that can do that. He's got a cheeky leader piece. I think he can do a bit of everything. That one beast is a little broke. The AG2AV7, but he's not going to care about that because that's not his job.
No, that's very true. He's there to break things, isn't he? We've got a bit of a bit of banter going on between Beers, the current champion, against Serious Jest. Beers is saying, man, those dirty necro buttons are back, and Jess says, hey, you can put a medal on a goat, it's still a dirty, smelly goat. And Rand saying, can we get a translator for Dio? He's giving you some shit there, Dio.
He always does. But he always fails in giving it. I just wish he would learn some more extra wit.
Yeah. He could do, couldn't he?
He spends too much time talking to cows that he just doesn't know how to interact with people properly anymore.
Yeah. He probably didn't understand a word of that, but we got away with it. Right, so this team, like I said, I think the more this team develops, I mean, I think Chaos are a lot more dangerous, like 18, 19, 2000 mark, obviously. But this team certainly got a nice build of where it's going. But, Cav, best case matchup for this team. Who do you think he's going to enjoy playing to get a big W?
Probably the Brigadiers. I'm going to put a little asterisk by the Brigadiers until we get to them, but I will like say the Brigadiers first.
Okay.
It's got the higher TV, so I mean, depends on who comes back. He might get some little bit of inducement.
Yeah.
I think that or um, it's a hard team to predict because it does a bit of everything, so it doesn't really have.
Yeah. No, it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough
I would
ball
say
to...
Brigadiers. I would say Brigadiers because I think he plays very nice, and I think Whiskey will use his tool set to take them apart a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Dio?
This is quite a fun playpool for this because none of the teams are truly countering each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's more very slim differences between them. But
Yeah.
I think I'm going to agree with the Brigadiers. They'll be terrifying in a few seasons, but at the moment they don't have quite so dedicated pieces.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, when I look at the Whiskey, I think the Whiskey's team, I think they'll do alright against all of them. There's nothing what really stands out. I'm gonna go with Plague Inc. just because they're slow. Yes, they have that movement 8 piece, but apart from that, they are slow, and he's got a bit more speed. There's not going to be anything in the inducement wise, and that's the only thing I can say. Because Rand's team is battered. And he's going to do well to, get them back in shape and stop this tornado getting the win. But like you said, they all sort of counter each other, don't they? But yeah, I'm going to go with the Plague Inc. Sorry, Rand. I think he'll fancy that, and it's KSV Nagel, so that adds a bit more spice, I think. Worst case scenario, Cav, who does he not go up against well, do you think?
I don't think he will enjoy playing Jest or Beers.
Right.
I think Beers has the stronger team. I think Jest has some really nasty wolves that will start to chip away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think he will enjoy either of those. If I had to pick one, I would probably say Beers, because mirror matches are weird anyway. But I think Beers has got a really strong team.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dio?
I would say Solo Saber's Chase. Because he's not dedicated so much for the Bash game, he's lacking anything to really truly hurt the Norse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excluding that rare dice game.
Yeah. I think Solo Savers, and the only thing what worries me about the Solo Savers is obviously, apart from no bench, but we appreciate why there's no bench now, is that he's giving inducements away. But he's such a good positional player. They've got Mighty Blow Claw on there. They've got some enforcers. They've got the speed to go with them. I like the Sabres this season. I really do. And I think, the deep ones have got some pace, but I feel that the Sabres can go toe-to-toe in the fighting stakes and can quite easily, shuffle across and stop the Case from scoring. And the Misfits will be a danger to him as well. I think the Misfits could really make a mess of him.
The other thing with the deep ones is that they're missing a Chaos Warrior, which is going to be replaced with a Journeyman for Game 1.
Yeah.
So when that's back, that puts them up to 1760.
Right.
They've got
that's true.
2 guys that are a single block away from leveling up. That puts them up to 1800.
Yeah.
So within very quickly of the season, there'll be at least 1800 TB, assuming they don't go for any additional linos for this very bash heavy division.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Jess has got them 2 wolves will sit back with strength 4. That could cause problems as well. But like I said, we could go through all of them. You just got to pick one, and I'm buying into the Solo Sabres this season. Sorry, Chase.
Yeah.
I really like the looks of them. So I'm going to go with
Bernicus.
First has been lame.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He'll be like,
I
no.
got it yesterday.
Cav got it yesterday.
did.
Sorry, Cav.
Yeah. Shot down by Overkill instantly.
Overkill. Oh, he shot that down. He shot that down big time. I beat him in the farm once. I beat him in the farm. Cav's gonna do nothing. I beat him good. He ain't winning jack. He ain't winning nothing.
The wooden spoon.
So I was like, oh well. I feel bad because it's alright though, because Cav can blame the cars. He's fine. Right,
That's right. I got a good excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Just blame me. Right, the last team. It's that lovable team you can take home to your mum. It's the Nagel, the 313 Nagel Brigadiers. Wow, what a beautiful person this guy is. Now, big shout out.
These before.
Oh, I bet you have. I tell you what I like though. I'm hoping I've got this right, but I think number 2. W.M. What the how are you pronouncing that? Are you okay, honey?
Put the O on the case. He can do it.
That is ridiculous. This is ridiculous names. I can't name these. W.M. Are you orcs? That's what I'm gonna call him. Are you orcs? Sounds good enough to me. Oh my god. I need to drink a lot more. This team's crazy. I say, is he Welsh? Because they look like Welsh names. I always struggle with Welsh. No,
Welsh.
I can't even blame that. Oh, come on.
Australian, Californian.
Yeah,
they look like Australian, Californian names to me. Either way, number 2. I think it's a signing. I think it's a new signing, and if it is,
he's the new guy. Yeah.
Yes, maybe we're gonna get the bad side of Vansalo now. Maybe he's maybe finally snapped. And he's brung in this killer, and he's going to say, screw you, Benny, I'm going to show how badass I'm going to be. I've got a killer.
That killer is that after a single block, he could potentially be earning his payload.
He could get pile on.
He could,
and drill him into the ground. It could drill him. It could kill him. It could kill your grandma with that piece.
He replaced the guy that was wrecked.
He was wrecked. Yeah, that's all because it didn't hit. That's because he was too nice and didn't deck that war dancer.
The guy was a bit dinged up before then, but the war dancer just gave him a little pop.
He did. Bit of ding dong, off you go. But it's brought in this really good. So maybe we're now going to see the nasty, dirty side of the Vansalo team. It'd be quite good if he does. He's still got a little tentacle and 2 tentacles there.
Little tickle.
Block claw instead of block mighty blow. Maybe he's thinking he may go against a lot of high armor. Usually take mighty blow before claw though, but
I think that was his first claw. Maybe he just wanted to get some in there,
just to say, look, I got claw, guys. I made it as a Nurgle player.
Claw first for longevity.
Yep, but usually go mighty blow claw, wouldn't
you? Personally, no.
Pylon, aka preparing the boom. Yeah. But he's got 2 claw pieces anyway. He's got 2 tents, 2 claw pieces, only 2 guard. Needs a bit more guard. I don't know about you guys. I think what worries me about this team is it's quite high TV for what it is. 18-20. It's got a few nice pieces, but it doesn't stand out as an 18-20 team. Now I know, being an Nurgle coach myself, that the TV rockets. But when I look at this team compared to some of the other teams around the same TV, I'm a bit worried. I mean, he has got 13 players, so that's good. But it's only good if you're gonna stamp on something. That's the time. That's good.
He needs to learn to foul.
He does.
If he fouls, that 18-20 is worth it.
Yeah, that's a disclaimer. He does have to. I mean, I watched like 4 games of his last season, and he's a super nice guy, and I totally love that about him. But in this pool, if he doesn't foul, he is gonna finish bottom quite quickly. He's gonna need to
number 10.
Number 10.
Yeah,
unless he starts fouling.
He's gonna need to lean into the Nurgle style, I think, a little bit more. But I think that's a really strong sign-in.
I like that signing. Soon as I saw that signing when I was doing the recaps, I felt like saying, "Good for you, Van. Good for you." I hope he does well and kills some stuff. Embrace the Nurgle way. You know,
He has to. He has to
in this build. Has to.
Yeah.
And you know what?
He's got 6 guys on the verge of leveling up as well.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Really
he has got potential if he with a few of these pieces. I was like, they're almost there, and he could get some good stuff. I personally would say to him, number 4 needs Mighty Blow next, because get that punch, especially in a very physical thing like this, and then for the rest of them, try and get as much guard as you can. Flood it with guard. Even if they haven't got blocked, just get guard, because you're gonna need it. If you can get guard and have these claw pieces, you will do well. That's what that's my advice to you. You don't have to take it, but that's what I would do. Rotterdam play wouldn't go miss either. You know, because there's a few pylon pieces in here as well. You can put the boot in. You know, and ask the Misfits. They know how to foul. They kill legendary players with it. Well, no, they do. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Players.
You know, he killed one twice. Yeah. To be fair, though, the first death wasn't his fault. He ran into his fist. Now, so let's give Beer some respite there. But if he doesn't get that inner dirty, nasty side of him, he's at it. Because I'll tell you what, the other 7, they will have no issue crushing your team.
Yeah.
They'll have no issue at all.
These guys will not play nice.
Beer says we don't foul. That's like saying my tips aren't cursed. That's like my tips aren't cursed. You know, no one believes that. Beer's killed my strength 5. There you go. #killer said random ad. Misfits prominent MML fouling team, just to say though they're a dirty team, dirty, and I thought Canadians were nice people as well. Obviously I got that wrong. But yeah, I really hope that Van does really, really well. It's always nice. It is a bit daunting when challenge teams go into the pros, and he's got a really, really bad Playpool, and if he can just hang in there this season, he will have done so well. And you know what I've seen of him, apart from like I do this as banter, Van. I do it as banter that you just seem too nice. What's a good thing, but you got to be able to embrace your nasty side in this Playpool, because Beers will stamp all over that number 2 with everything every turn if he gets the chance, because he's a killer. He's a killer, that lad. Apart from that, though, guys, I mean, Dio, what's his best matchup? If he's looking for a win, where can he get that win from? Which team's going to give him it?
The big stink himself, Rand.
Rand,
Some Nurgle on Nurgle action.
Yeah, bit of Nurgle civil war. We've got to like a bit of that.
Clean those guys up. Bleach.
Here's a good thing. I don't think it happens, but what if, say, I don't know, that number 2 kills a rotter? Do the other team get him as a rotter, or is it because he's a rotter you can't have him? I'm not exactly sure. I don't think you can. I don't think
rotters can come back.
Because that'd be funny if they both kill players and opposite players play for the other team. That'd be quite funny.
Swap team, yeah, that would be great. I really hope that happens now.
Hey, you're allowed one transfer. You are. You can't decay.
They can't get it, so
that's a shame. You can imagine these two like
transfers.
Yeah, he's like, screw you guys, we're rule breakers. You say we're allowed 1 transfer a season? I just took 4. That would have been quite good. That would have been quite good.
On the other hand, Jest can turn a rotter into a zombie.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know
that. Oh dear.
I have seen guys before turned into rotters that have then been turned into zombies. That's always quite funny.
That is crazy. That is a guy playing for everyone. Cav, who do you think's the best matchup? Where can he get that win from?
His best matchup. Yeah, I'm gonna say Rand 2, because at least they know Nurgle, and I think if he's playing the dirtier game, then it'll be a good matchup. He might get something from the Morning Stars, but again, it's the speed.
Yep.
And that body would have to like hit and foul those thralls pretty bad. But I think probably Rand. I'm sorry, Rand.
And you know why? You know why I'm going to go with the hat trick. I'm going to say Rand as well, because Rand seems beat up. You know, it's beat up, and I think you're going to just have 2 teams just handbagging each other, and whoever falls over the line will get the win.
It'll be a slime foul fest, and whoever comes
Yeah.
out in the
Whoever
dust
is,
and snot
yeah.
clears.
I probably agree. I mean, I think even Rand will be a tough game for him. I think they'll all be tough games for him. But I think, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rand says, "My beat-up team made the same as you asses. God damn it! Show me some respect. Show me some respect, you fools."
This is a very, very hard group to call, and it's only because we're forced to pick. There's no obvious, oh yeah, he's gonna kick his ass. There's just not that in the poll, so it's gonna be really, really tight.
Chase #run delegation. Oh dear me, that's terrible. It's but I mean, I in my defence, Rand sold we might get relegated really well to me, so I'm going off that. And you like to be the underdog. Do what Serious Jest does. Play the underdog card. It's amazing, Rand. It's amazing. But yeah, I think.
He's got dogs on the team.
Who's got dogs on the team?
Jest.
He's got dogs on the team.
Who let the dogs out? Yeah, you can't make a zombie a Rottweiler. Well, they're all arguing about zombies and Rottweilers. I have no idea. Where's matchup then for the lovable Van Slow-Nagel team?
The champs.
The champs? You think the Misfits are going to give them a beating?
I think, yeah. So I did some stat digging.
Ooh, stat digging. I like this.
They're the most violent team in the MML. They have the most kills.
Yeah.
And I think unless he plays dirty, Beers is gonna steamroll, and it's gonna be quite nasty for him.
They're nasty, the Misfits, aren't they? And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I do not have a problem with that. He's chaos.
No,
that's how chaos are. That's how they are. And Rand and Jess are having a go at each other in the chat. Oh, this is such a good chat. Look at them all having a go at each other. You can tell and this is a great thing about private leagues. I mean, these guys have been together, haven't they? The Misfits, the Necromantics, and Plague King. Them three definitely. I know they was here when I was last year, and they've got such a great sort of camaraderie between each other.
They hate each other in the chat, and then if one of them goes to the playoffs, they've become incredibly loyal. It's great. I love seeing it.
It is good fun. I love it, and obviously the Goons are going to get a bit of action as well. So you're saying the Misfits will just break them basically, unless the Vans can.
I think he will dominate unless he changes his game. I think he will find Beers a really hard ball.
Oh, that's a fair point. Dio, who do you think's the worst matchup?
I'm going back to the Goons again. The Orcs.
Orcs,
yeah, the Orcs are they've got a lot of guard, haven't they? They've got a lot of guards and a lot of mighty blow, and it's going to be hard to break through that. He's only got 2 guard himself, and you know what? I said the Georgia Goons as well. I think just they're just immovable objects, and obviously the Nagel aren't very quick. So I agree, the Goons. I think there's a lot of bad matchups here, but I'm going to go with the Orcs as well, because Orcs are green and they're nasty, and they've got more guard. So that's always a bad thing if positioned right. So yeah. So that is the 4 teams from the Iron League Conference they call themselves. I think so. And now we come to, apparently, if they're not lying to me, the best conference in the whole of the MML, the first 4, aka the best 4, apparently. So you let me know in the chat if that's right or not. And we're gonna start with the Liverpool 4 Horsemen Plague Inc. Good old Rand did so well last season, got to the semi-final. He basically knocked out Hawker, and then let's be honest, he basically shattered the dreams of the Reptile Heavyweights by, although losing 3-0, he took 3 of their players down with him. So he's been here all the time. I don't think he's ever been relegated. I don't think from the pros with his team.
No, he always likes to say he's going to get relegated, but then he manages to get himself into playoffs.
Means to get himself in there. Dio
he likes to call himself a CL lifer, and then he got promoted to the pros. Now he's too good to go back.
Oh, well, that'll be about... Well, there you go. Well, since Rand loves you so much, Dio, what do you think of this team?
It's missing. for, it's actually a really nice team. It's a shame that he's got two basically rookie Nurgle warriors. So he'll need to get some more claw on them as soon as he can, but he's got a few blocks before he gets any claw.
Do you know what I'd like to... Dio, you know what I'd like to see on this team? I'd like to see a few Strength 5 tentacles on this team. I think that's what it's lacking. You know?
Strength 5 tentacles, that would be amazing, but there's no way Rand could get something like that.
No.
No way.
No. That would be good, if you could get some of that, them bad boys.
The other thing I noticed, that for a guy that says the rotters are bloats, they get one skill, you fire them, and they get back to rookie, you cannot level a rotter. He's got a guard rotter. That's niggled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what a hypocrite he is.
Yeah. It's... I mean, I don't know how far into last season he lost his Strength 5 players, but I thought he did really well to get to the semi-final with the team he had.
In fairness, for last season, I think he was losing a guy pretty much every game.
Yeah. So when I was
but he was winning as well. It was quite impressive for someone with his intellect.
Yeah, when I was stat digging, I was looking at the other side. Who taken the most deaths and stuff. There was your Wood Elves and your Skaven, and then there was Plague Inc. Like, it is genuinely one of the unluckiest teams.
Really?
For its weight. Yeah, definitely. And like Rand confirmed it, he's just lost a ton of guys. So maybe he's gonna get better fortune this season. But he has definitely had some big losses.
I think with the limited time I've seen of them this time, Chase says they're a shadow of their former selves. I would agree with that. But Lord Disease, man, come on, you've got to come to the party. You've got to start breaking stuff, because I think if Plague Inc. are not to go down this season, and I hope they don't, he's got to start doing something. Stop being nice, start breaking stuff. He needs you. The Plague Inc. need you to do something. I mean, it might have been doing quite well, but he's got to.
5 guys. He even scored a touchdown.
So he's got to do a lot more of that, then, hasn't he? That's what he's got to do. And it's a shame. It's a shame Chicken Pox is only movement 4, because he's a nice piece, but he's still fighting. I think Goldtooth has he got 1 or 2 niggles? That bad boy. When a rotter gets a niggle, it's a worry. But as I think VPower said, guard is key in this. He's got 1 niggle. It's key in this division, so you got to keep him, I guess. He's going to get some inducements though from a few players, and especially the first game maybe. But then obviously Lord Disease comes back, that whops him to 18-10. I think
he'll still get inducements against most of the teams, but
maybe
not a significant.
But not a massive amount to change a game. I think for Plague Inc. to do well this season, it has to be down to number 9 Gishnagor's getting it done. The beautiful movement 8 piece, and Lord Disease cracking skulls. The other big player probably is the Unclaimed one. He's only movement 3, but he is strength 6. He has got block, and he can, if he can tie a few players up, then he's probably their 3rd best player. Maybe Sick Jagger, if he can get him a few XP and then gets Claw, that makes it a bit better. But Rand's a good coach, and it's hard to see how he's gonna get wins, but at the same time, it's Rand and he knows how to play. So I don't know. Who Dio is the best matchup for him? Where's he gonna get that big W? Is Dio dead? Have we killed Dio?
Pretty much. It's broken my head trying to work out who Rand can beat here.
It does not compute.
And this is probably going to come across as a massive insult to Whiskey, but I'm going to say the deep ones.
Any reason why? Or is it just you drew straws and that what's the name came out?
Pretty much, it's just the lack of claw on the deep ones. They're not going to be removing a big load of those warriors.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, as you said that, Chase said maybe Whiskey. So Chase is agreeing with you. So that's got to be a good thing. Thanks for the follow, Wendy. Good to see you popping in. Who else has said? Lays Trip says 2 cards, 1 close sounds like a dodgy video. V-Power says Splat the Thralls and DP plays Havoc with ball play. Okay, plus Vamps are slow. He thinks the Morning Stars. Cav, who do you think's the best matchup?
Well, I think all the teams when they play the Morning Stars, they're going to either dread playing them or love playing them because just not going to know what they're going to do. So I think Rand lost 3-0 to the Morning Stars, so I'm not going to pick those. I would go for either the Deep Ones or the Brigadiers, depending on when he plays the Brigadiers.
Yeah.
And if Vanslow's picked up any extra skills. If he plays him early, he would fancy winning that mirror match, I think. If he plays him later, it depends.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to go for? I'm going to go for the Hopeless Necromantics. I'll tell you why before everyone goes, what? Are you mad, bro? It's because Plague Inc. have this nasty habit of beating the Necromantics. And I think it gets to Jest. Jest's annoyed that somehow Plague Inc. just seem to get it done against the Necromantics. Them lovable strength 4 wolves, you never know that movement 3 Usain Bolt beast might tag onto one of them. And Plague Inc. just seem to know how to get a good result against the Necromantics. So that is my only that's my only reason. It just seems like Plague Inc. have Hopeless Necromantics number. Sleepless Seattle's retired as well.
Yeah, there's some interesting F4 dynamics that go on. So yeah.
So just for that reason, that Plague Inc. seems to have the Hopeless Necromantics number. That is what I'm going for. Serious just says a lot of draws. Well, he probably is, but that's better than a loss. I'm clutching at straws, Jesty. I'm clutching at straws. Yeah. I'll go back. Let's have a look. I'm probably talking a lot of rubbish now we said that. History. Let's have a look at the history. I don't know. Let's have a look. Can we see? See? Last game. Plague Inc. beat Hopeless Necromantics. I'm living off that. That's what I probably saw. Plague Inc. versus Hopeless Necromantics. 1-0 again. So the last 2 times you've played them, he's beat you 1-0. You have, though, beaten him, to make it fair. The third time, three games back, you did beat the Plague Inc. But, I don't know. Last all dice. Yeah, and I've seen your dice, Jesse. I've seen your dice. They're usually horrid. So that gives me another reason to pick the Plague Inc. So, you know, Chester's dice are usually atrocious when I see them. So, yeah, I think Random Mad could get it done against the most unluckiest player on the planet in Series Jest. That's what I'm going for. And I can't think of anything else. That's what I'm going for. Right. Brad says my dice are so much better than Jest. #skills. So yes, are you saying that you're just a far superior coach to Jest? Is that what you're saying, Rand? Not one for poking the fire, but let's see what he comes back with that. Where's matchup then for Plague Inc. Dio? Which team's going to give him a whooping?
Morning Stars.
The Morning Stars. Do you think history's going to repeat itself again? 3-0 last time they both met. Do you think the Vamps are going to do it again?
I'm just thinking that Strength 5 or those AG5 Vamps, one Hypno Gaze onto that Beast, and then Rand has to spend the next 5 turns trying to get it to activate again. And then move 3 squares to try and catch up to things. Yeah,
I can see that. Cav, do you agree, or do you see another potential bad matchup?
I'm going to go against the curve a little bit. I'm going to lean to the F4 rivalry. I'm going to say I think Jest will come at him like a wolf in heat, and I think he will.
A wolf in heat is going to hump him.
I think he will just he'll want the win, and I think it'll be a hard game for him. So
I tell you what, for the captain of Clean to come out and say the Hopeless Necromancer is going to hump the way to victory over the Plague Inc. is the cleanest thing I've heard today.
Well, he's got a new wolf, you know. I don't even know he's got that wolf even fixed yet, so he might not have had time. So he's going to be dealing with some of that. Sorry, Jess.
Serious Jess says Randy knows Randy knows statistical probability, and it just works out for him. He barely knows the basic rules. And Rand says, you know what? Yeah, fine. Serious Jess likes it. Hump to victory. Hashtagged it. So
Hump
that you might admit, yeah,
Jess.
that's it.
I'll back
That's
you
it.
in that one. Goblin gambling.
Hump to victory. There we go. We got a hashtag going. Fantastic. I'm gonna agree with Dio. I like the Stemgel vamps, and they're gonna be like, oh look, I'm gonna just do all this little hypno stuff. We're gonna take that pretty ball off you, and we're gonna put it in the end zone, and again, and again, and again. And this time it could be even worse than 3-0. It could be 4-5-0. You know, I like the vamps. Yeah. So hump to victory.
Yeah, I went goblin gambling on that one.
That's it. Yeah. So I think I'll be putting
money on a 6-0 win for Sturmwell over Rand.
Can you imagine if that came true though? We deserved extra bonus points. So, but yeah, I like the way the vamps match up against Plague Inc. I mean, Plague Inc. I hope they win all the games. He's a horseman, and I want him to go 7-0. But I've got to be realistic. And I think, you know. Again, it's one of those where if the vampires start chomping on their own players, and then Plague Inc. can get rid of a few of these AV7 players, you just never. Blood Bowl's a funny game. You know, there's plenty of teams where they'll win one season, then get beat by the same team the following season. So, but a 3-0 drubbing was quite big. I'm sure Rand will be looking for revenge. But I'm going to say, yeah, the worst matchup is definitely the vamps for me. Although I was going to say the Misfits, but I won't. Right, so that's them done then, isn't it? I don't think we haven't forgot nothing else about the Plague Inc., have we? I don't think.
No.
Good
luck, Rand.
Laser Trip says Solar Savers Season 19 champs. We'll all get to predict it soon, won't you? Because we've only got 3 teams to go. Right then, the Georgia Goons. The only thing I know about the Georgia Goons is when I listened in to a Misfits Goons pro game, and the coach of the Goons left after Misfits gave them a bloody nose. And he's like, I can't do this anymore, and left the chat. That's all I know about the Goons. I'm sorry, that's all I know. You guys will have to fill in for me here. But let's have a look at the team. Plus points for me was they've got 4 very well developed Blackhawks, but they are busted up. And I put interesting blitzer around the number 9 Far Cry. What's got might blow tackle, pound on, agility 4, and a bit of pass block. What thoughts? Good. I mean, Cav, what do you think of this team?
Yeah, I mean, Orcs, I think they're always capable of doing the business. He's got a couple of ex-Titan players. Has he got 1 or 2? I know Funbus was ex-Titan, so.
Right.
He's got a lot of guard.
Orcs have to have guard. They have to have it, or they're in trouble if they don't have it.
He does, yeah. So he's playing with that. Yeah. What's going on with Far Cry? Do I like him?
He's an interesting build.
It is. I've never seen pass block on an Orc. I mean, he's AG4, so maybe that's the idea that he just, you know, he's going to catch. Might catch the vamps out.
But he's interfering with the pass or the catch on a 2+.
Yeah.
Assuming that he's marked when the pass or the catch is initiated.
Yeah.
It's an interesting. I certainly think it's an interesting play. I mean, like you say, even if he's 3 squares away when they throw the ball, he can get right in the face of the throw and give a -1. You know, being in the tackle zone, and then obviously the intercept. So I don't not dislike it. It's not an Orky skill usually, but you know what? If this guy pulls this off, you know, the fluff stories and everything will be amazing. You know.
Yeah, I really like that, and I like
the in the thick of the action. I think it was just take advantage of that AG plus after.
Yeah,
I really like number 14. You know, they just tell that guy, like, just kick balls. Just all kinds of balls. Just kick them. It's really like that guy.
So we got hump to victory. Now we got kick balls to victory by the sounds of it now.
Kick balls to victory.
Kick balls.
I do like this team. And Colorado is a really good coach. I think he will definitely be in the mix, and he will push everyone.
Yeah.
He's got a few injuries, but they're not really, you know,
that bad, are they really?
Not going to be big.
No, I mean that's
do as well. He's got
rookie troll,
so that he's pretty much, if he's hitting the ball carrier, the ball is going loose regardless.
Yeah.
The rookie troll. Do you like that?
The way I look at Orcs, if I'm building a team, is Orcs need two things: guard and to dominate the middle. He's strength 5. I think I like having a troll. I do rip my hair out when I've got one, but I think
is he an easy target. Some of the claw going on.
Not really, because he'll have guard. He'll have guard out the side of him.
Strength 5. He's going to have the guards. So.
And if he's got guard out the side, he's strength 7. So good luck trying to beat that. Jess says hashtag kick balls to victory.
Kick balls to victory. Humper to victory.
So we've got him. We're getting all these hashtag symbols already, but it's a good team, isn't it?
He'll get a goblin after the first game as well.
Yeah, he could do.
He might. Yeah, I mean, I love it when orcs have that option. I remember Briggs had a really good. Jigs had a really good goblin. I like to see it on an orc team. I think it's fun when they just, you know what? I'll just score a one-turner and I'll just chuck the goblin.
Always annoying.
It's even funny when he eats him, but.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And Beers has said, "Man, those Blackhawks have seen better days." Yeah, it's you who broke them, Beers. You was the one who busted these Blackhawks. You know that Beers Magritte hashtag kill team thing. What everyone's been going about. Chase is hope.
Broken either. Strength down and agility down.
Oof. Oh god, he has a troll. Yes, he does have a troll. Chaser said, "I'm hoping for Misfits versus Goons week 1." Yeah, I think the Goons, they'll have circled the Misfits in their calendar and they'll have sacrificed some of those goats to Nuffle and saying, "Please let me give them a beating for what they did to me." Basically, I didn't do it. I maybe killed that guy, maybe killed that guy, maybe brought that guy, but hey, you're not blaming the Blackhawks on me. I don't know. I thought it was. I thought you did. Let me know who did it. I don't know. I thought it was you, I'll be honest. But again, almost every death in this Playpool, I'll think you've done it, Beers, so, what do we think about the thrower? Agility 4? Fend? Kick-off return? Block? Accurate? Do we like throwers on an Orc team, gentlemen?
I do.
No.
There you go. Yes and no.
No, I don't.
I like to keep the blitzers free for doing what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as an agility elf coach, I love it when they have throwers, because I can just dive in and punch them in the face. I think they're a bit of a liability. They're slow. I would rather use the agility blitzer, because he can handle the ball, he can punch up. So I mean, people like kick-off return, and I get that, and he's got some shorthand, so you're not going to burn a reroll. But yeah, I would probably not have a thrower if I did green skins, but.
Well, I suppose if he got,
he's hunting them with a cheerleader and a coach assistant.
I mean, I suppose if you're going to have a thrower, it's agility 4.
He does have a cheerleader. He does have a cheerleader and a coach assistant. I don't understand that, but yeah, if he's hunting the reroll.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think. Beers has said, "Bring these green skin guys over. We like hitting them." So he's throwing the gauntlet down. We ain't scared of you, green goons.
Beers loves it. Yeah.
Just in Colorado have a grudge to settle. What grudge is this, Beers? This is a grudge. We need to know what this grudge is. Let me know, Beers. That makes it interesting.
0-0 last season.
Ooh.
0-0.
When there was a few tasty fouls put in there. We'll find out. I'm sure Beers will tell us. Right, so let's have a look. What is the best matchup for them, Dio? Who are they looking for the big W over?
Picking on the deep ones again here.
Yeah, Whiskey's team. But just basically manhandled them with all the guards.
Christmas card list, Dio.
Yeah. Cab, do you agree with that? Or do you see somebody else?
I think he will want to punch Chase around a bit. He'll want to get in that armor 7, get some removals. So I would go for Chase or even Plague Ink. If he plays them early, it'll mess them up.
Let's have a look at who they played last season. Don't think they played. No, but Chase did say earlier that they were the team what did give the niggle to hand, didn't they? So,
Grudge, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a grudge there. Me personally, the best matchup. I don't know really. I'm gonna go with. Oh God, what do I go? I'm gonna go with the nice guys of the pool, the Vancellos. You know, they have got that lovable killer, but the experience of being in the pros may weigh in the Goons' favours, and they've got a lot more guard. They might be able to bully him about a bit. So I'm going to go with best matchup as the Nagel, the Vancellos.
Yeah, Orcs are so solid. I think
They are, aren't
he's
they?
got a good shout against everyone.
Yeah. So if that's his good matchups, dear, what's his worst matchup?
His worst matchup.
Who? Sorry.
Probably going to pick on Beers and the Champs.
Ooh.
Misfits of Death.
Wow, that's a good one. Wow, you think they are a really bad matchup for him? You're thinking the Misfits. They've already beat him once, and they really did beat him as well. You think he's just going to do it again?
Well, now that Beers has learned how to play, how to be the mean guy, he's going to continue showing how destructive he is.
Yep.
True Canadian style.
True Canadian style.
The Misfits. Cav, do you agree that this is the worst matchup?
Yeah, it's a tough one to pick. Yeah, I would probably agree with Beers too. Yeah, kind of echoing what Dio said. I think Beers will put the boot in a little bit, and he's got enough to cancel out some of the Orc strengths.
Yeah, I was out. This was a tricky one for me because, like, I think I like the Salt Savers, but that's a lot of AV9 they got to get through. Apparently, Han Solo was serious jest piece by the looks of it in chat. Stem again, he would be a danger. The Vamps, I think the Vamps could cause a few problems. I was impressed the way the Misfits absolutely manhandled the Goons last time. Hey UV, how you doing, buddy? I don't know. It's a tricky one. I think the scarring the Misfits do, I'll agree with you guys. Just because Beers is really confident in getting the win again. So yeah, I think until Colorado and the Goons prove that they can beat the Misfits, I will agree with you guys and say the Misfits are the worst matchup for them. Right, so that's the Goons done. Just 2 teams to go. One of them's the champ, and the other one is the guy who loves to play the underdog and claims to have the worst ice in history of not just the MML but the world. And to be honest, he's probably true. It's the Hopeless Necromantics, but no sleeping in Seattle. He's had enough. He's seen the Misfits, the way they're kicking ass. He's like, you know what? I want to live the rest of my life without getting trotted on to death. He's packed his bags. He's gone. A valiant servant he was, and this is what we've got left over. Now, we've got 2 strength 4 Wolves. And I basically put down number 5's got to have a big season. Because, you know, he I can't really see any other ball carrier, really, apart from him. And he's going to be hard to take down. Dia, what do you think of this team?
It looks like it's had a rough time recently. 10 players on the team. It's not got any goals. It's not got a full squad. It's got a rookie White, but they're not going to struggle to do what they need to do with those werewolves.
Chase has said this will be a bad season for them.
A bad season.
I'll say this to both of you now. He's only got 1 mighty blow, guys. In a really bash league, 1 mighty blow is that to me seems like a problem.
Guard, one of which is on a zombie.
And if number 5 gets fouled, rest in peace, Shawn Michaels, or anything bad happens to him, they're in trouble. I mean, I think if I got it right, there was inferior relegation early on in the season, but then they fought valiantly and turned it around, and in the end won a ball game. What was brilliant play from Justy. But yeah, I mean, Chase has said this will be a bad season for them.
Yeah, he's not got any players that are on the verge of leveling, so
I mean, I'm a fair in saying it
anything.
all revolves around how number 5 does. And obviously the coaching skill as well. Obviously, Jess is a very good coach. He knows he's
He's got
played this
number
team.
three to act as a
Yeah,
massive roadblock, but in this division, it's not as good with the mass guard and strength forward that are available.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, Cap, what do you think? Well, I mean, it seems a bit
I actually got
light.
to play these when I got promoted, and it was really cool, but also really scary.
Yeah,
And I think if you look at the team, but if you also look at the coach, I think
yeah,
Jest is incredibly experienced. And when I was playing him, he was getting the max out of positioning and every single skill on
yeah,
the field. So even though this team might look a little depleted, it's rebuilding. Um, because he uses it so well, I think he'll definitely he'll get some points. I don't think he'll be. It's a building season for them. I don't think he'll be, in the relegation again. I think it's a good solid Wolf that he's bought, and he'll pick up some points. So yeah, I got faith in this team. I think he'll
yeah,
do well.
yeah. I think
I
I
don't
keep.
think he'll push for playoffs, but he will. He'll be in the midst.
Yeah, I think this team has a few things going for it. Number 5, as I've already said, and obviously the coach. If my only concern for Jesty is if them dice are bad. I've seen some horrific dice,
He does
and
get some bad dice.
he
Yeah.
goes through a lot of wolves as well. This team goes through a lot of wolves. And Sleepless in Seattle, he was like one of a kind, and he's not there anymore. He's been, I think, replaced by number 1 Hitch, who's not fit at the moment to lace the boots that Seattle
Yeah.
walked in.
If you look
That's
at the
a
TV
concern.
though,
Yeah,
the TV versus some of the other teams in
might
it,
be able to
so
get
he's going to
Cheney.
get some pocket money.
Cheney
Yeah, I
would
think
give him
he'll
3
be.
wolves.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. I mean, he's, some of these big boys in there are right at the cap. So, they're going to be seeing Cheney, and Whitefur, and
Yeah.
I think Jester will get a lot out of that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
rebuilding season for them.
Yeah, definitely. He's got squeak sandwich kiosk as well, so when he's at home, at least he won't get any rocks. Very good record, 51 wins, 26 draws, 40 losses, so he does have a winning record.
Yeah.
Like I say, he did beat the Necrophilia in the ball, so, they've done well. I just want to see how they do without Sleepless, because he is a big loss.
Yeah, it's a
Huge
big loss. It was great. Yeah, good story too.
Yeah,
Jester about him leaving.
yeah. Where is the big W coming from? So out of all these teams, where is Series looking for that win more than anywhere else? Cav.
I think the Brigadiers.
Mm-hmm.
I think Vanzler might struggle to deal with those Wolves unless he starts fouling. And just, yeah, I think he'll get a win there at least.
Mm-hmm. Dio, do you agree, or do you think there's another one?
No, I agree with that one. It's the two teams that are in the process of building. But I think Jess will be wanting to meet him early in the season before he has a chance to get those 6 guys that he's got on the verge of leveling up, leveled up.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Jess said, I went from 4 agility 4 pieces to 1. And Rand said, I went from 2 strength 5 10 to 0. And then Jesse said, you still have the beast. But Rand goes, nah, that doesn't count because he's strength 6. So they're both having a right go in the chat. And at this rate, he's dying this season, said Rand. Yeah, I can see why you guys would go with them. I can see that. I also think you never know. He feels like he's confident he can do the Plague Inc. this season. And I think he'll do quite well against Whiskey. But I think the reason we're sort of like narrowing on Vanslow is because we don't know how he's going to take the step up. So I'm going to go with you guys. I think Jess can use his experience, and he'll get a bit of inducements as well. Not much, but he'll get a bit.
A little bit. Mm-hmm.
And I think, that might be the telling factor. It wouldn't be the biggest surprise if the Nail got something out of it, but I just think he may need the season to try and find his feet, and I think Jester, so coach with his positioning, will take full advantage of that and maybe get himself a big W there. But again, all 8 teams, it's quite close, isn't it? So we'll see. Right. So we've done the best matchups. Have we done the worst matchups for?
No, not yet.
No, we haven't, have we? Dio, you can start us off this time. What is the worst matchup for the Necromantics?
I would say Chase.
Ooh, Chase. The Soul Saver. Any reason why you think these nasty Norse can be the worst case scenario?
Mass block. And both are fantastic coaches, which you don't really want to face Chase when you're trying to rebuild your team.
That is true.
Chase was one of the coaches that I first met with my midgets as well. And I was down players within turn 1.
Yeah. It's a. And the thing is, as well, is he's got 2 Necros, 2 Wolves with Claw, but what does Claw do? Makes him AV7. Most of the team's AV7. He's only got 1 Mighty Blow, I guess, so, that's not going to scare the Norse at all. And the Norse have got a lot of firepower, but I suppose on the plus side, the inducements will help. He could bring Chain if he wishes, I guess. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. The Saver's looking strong this season. Cap, do you think that's his worst matchup, or have you seen another one?
I do think, yeah, I do. I'll be a little bit different and say I think the Morning Stars. I think the Vamp BS will make him break a controller. I think just he'll gaze people, and then the Vamps have got enough strength to get around that wolf. And because he's lacking some Mighty Blow, he's not going to remove thralls as fast.
Last season it was a 2-2 draw.
I saw that. I think it'll be close.
But that was with Sleepless in the team. Sleepless isn't there now.
I think the Wolves will get hit by the Vamps because of gaze. And, it's about protecting those Wolves. And Necro do well when they're protected. If they're vulnerable, then they will struggle. So, I think Sturm will be up for that one.
So no hashtag Hunter victory against the Vamps then. I was to myself, I was thinking pretty cocky to myself, thinking I'm going to go for a team nobody's going to go for. And that was the Vampires. But I guess what, Cavs already beat me to it. I think these Vamps could quite easily get it done. I think this Vamp team is well suited to go against the Necro. I'm not saying the Necro can't win, but I think this team, especially one Might Blow, that will scare them.
Because you get around the stance firm as well. Like golems are so annoying when they do stand firm, but you just gaze them and then run past them.
Yeah, a lot of this could be on a 2+ it goes, ta-da! Yeah, we're going to go past you.
Yeah, and hits the walls. So.
Yeah, I like the Vamps in this matchup, I'll be honest. So yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think the Vamps are the team I would not want to play against. The Misfits will be a bit nasty as well, but as will the Savers. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Vamps as well. So that is the Hopeless Necromantics. How will they do this season without their talisman, Sleepless in Seattle? We will find out shortly. And now we come to the final team in the Playpool. The champions, the current champions. The Killers from Vanilla. Not Manila, we're going to go Vanilla. Magritte Misfits. So the current champions... Dio, I'll let you talk to us about the lovable non-kill team. Apparently, what's so good about this team? Why are these champs, Dio?
Mostly because the coach, but it's just because they're built so evenly. There's no. All the players are fantastic. There's no gaps really.
Yeah.
Looking at this team, it's only going to get stronger this season.
Yeah, I think is it number 12 is brought in, Eland. I think he might be. He did bring something in. I thought it might be that guy. I don't recognise number 12. I could be completely wrong. I think that was a transfer brought in. I think. Don't know if Bezos and Chan can tell us, but.
Yeah, he's got 4 guards. He's got only 3 Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
Nice tentacle diving tackle, so if you manage to get past the tentacles, you're still hitting the ground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He just said block guard is new. I thought it was. I thought the key to this team, obviously apart from a good coach, was the strength for ball handlers. He got two of them. They're really hard to put on the ground. I think that was a big success for this team. What I saw of them, the hitters did the job. The fouling was on point, so that was good. And the diving tackle tail warrior also is a pain in the backside as well. Trish Rustless. I agree that this team is a very well balanced team. It's got guard, it's got hitting power, it's got good ball handlers. It's a real nice team. Is developed. 2000 TV, not bad as well. Only 11 players though, so if it was me playing this team, I'm like, come on, there's only 11 of them. If we chisel them down early, we may have a chance. But again, it's a really well built team, and that's why they're the champs. Good coach, good team. You know, he says he misses Remy. I mean, that made the championship even more impressive because you know he beat two former champions and one of his best players retired through the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, wasn't it just before he played Gerd?
No, it was against the Wood Elves. That's when he retired.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, just before he played. Yeah, I mean, he had some stiff competition to win this.
Yeah. He had to go through probably the
really
three best teams,
run.
I would say.
Yeah.
So you know he deserved all the plaudits he got. It's just a good team, isn't it? It's been one of the longest serving teams surely in the MML. He's got the security gate. Yeah, I like that. 41 wins, 24 losses there. Sorry, 41 wins, 24 draws, 39 losses. So he's got a winning record. He is the current champion. Because he's the current champion, do you think everybody's going to try just that little bit harder to try and beat the champ? You know?
I mean, I think they'll definitely give him the champ's respect for sure.
Yeah.
They won't, you know. I think his F4 buddies will all put a target on him and definitely want to give him a kicking.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Especially Jesty.
Don't show.
Yeah, I mean,
he said don't. He said don't show the kills. 45 kills. 45. That is a ridiculous amount of kills.
He's a super nice guy and a gentleman, so he's just. I don't know whether he's getting these
He's
fouls.
no
I'm
gentleman.
guessing not.
He's no gentleman.
Yeah, that's a really impressive kill.
Yeah, just the 1,450 injuries is inflicted. Not many.
Yeah. Yeah. So this team hurts a lot.
It does. It does its job right. The killers, you know.
I will say, a lot of people that win it then go on to have a bit of an iffy season after it, like the champions, unless you're good, I think. But if you look at some of the other champions, they've then their season afterwards. But you could say, you know, what did that run take out of the team? So it depends. You know, this is still a very strong team, so I think he'll be competing again for sure.
Yeah. Dio, what's his best matchup? Where's he going to get that first W? Which team does he like to chomp on first?
I'm going back to the deep ones for that.
Think he'll chomp his way through the other chaos?
Yeah, they're not quite as developed for the hitting game, but they are better at the ball handling game.
Yeah.
He'll need players to protect his ball carriers to keep those murderous misfits away.
Yeah, fair enough. Cav, do you agree, or have you found something else?
I think it depends when he plays Necromantics and if they get any more guard. I think he will enjoy the retirements, and I think he'll. I think that'll be a pretty tasty matchup. So I think he'll fancy that one.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna go by what Beers tells me. He never tires of telling us how good of a record he's got against Nagel. So I'm going to take him as his word and say either the two Nagel teams is a good matchup for him. He doesn't lose to Nagel, so I'm going to say that. If I had to choose between the two, I'd probably go the Brigadiers just because they're the new team coming up. that's the only choice. But he does have a good record against Nagel. VPalV has told me though that's because he hasn't met him before. So maybe we need to see. Well, that's what VPalV says. He's like, look, you wait and see players, guys. You wait. So that could be a good one to see. But he has a good record against Nagel.
Domination Nation.
They are a good team.
They are.
So I'm going to buy into that. I like the stats and I like the history, and I know Beers knows how to beat Nagel. He's comfortable about playing against Nagel. So I'm going to say the best matchup for him is against Nagel. I think Beers would agree with that. I'd hope he would. West matchup then, gentlemen. Which one of these teams is going to give the champs a bloody nose? Dio, who is it going to be?
Probably the Green Goons going for some blood.
Ooh, you think payback? This is the season for payback.
The Goons.
You both think the Goons.
Yeah.
Either going to be him or the Morning Stars, but I think the Goons can stand up to the Misfits for longer to return the fun.
What was the score? It was 2-1 to the Misfits last season.
The Misfits gave them a lot of pain, if I remember correctly. It was a Goons get me. West matchup. The only thing I'd be worried about with the Goons, if I was Beers, is the guard. Claw could tear through the Orcs pretty nasty like he did last season. I've got this down to two teams, and I can't decide between Solar Savers or the Vamps again. Because the Vamps, they're not going to be scared of these Strength 4 ball carriers. Like, woo, look at these Strength 4 ball carriers. Yeah, so are we. Well, I've got a Strength 5 Vamp. And they're not going to be that worried about the Claw. I'm going to go with the Vamps. I'm going to go with the Vamps because the Vamps can punch a hole through, and they're one of the few teams who will certainly be able to deal with the Strength 4 ball carrier. And they're both similar TV.
This is a very killy team. I think
it is a kill team, but that's what Thralls are.
Very quickly.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's my only concern. Yeah. He's very good at removing players, but the Savers is a good shout too.
The problem is though that the Vamps could go 2 up pretty quickly and then hold on.
Yeah, they could.
Bears is saying, this is interesting. Bears is saying, I'm worried about the Vamps, but the clock will get stale. He doesn't think 2 minutes is long enough, and he might struggle. And that is a very good point because when I am a fast player, but when I played Vamps, I was like, oh my god, 2 minutes isn't enough. So that is a valid point. Yeah. But I'm gonna think that Stemjaw's played them for long enough. He should be getting used to that. So I think the West matchup is the Vamps, but Chase will be a danger as well. And Chase says, I think I beat Bears last time we played. I can have a look. Let's have a look if we can find out. Or typical my. Let's have a look. Anyone see it there? Not on the first page. Oh god, we're digging back here, aren't we? Georgia Goons have beat the Misfits before. Hopes Necromantic have as well. Crikey. Oh, we see what this camera. Well, that camera doesn't count. Oh no, Salt Sabers 2-0 there. There it is. 2-0. Yeah. So it's there. Killed his mana. Well, there you go.
Oh.
So, but again, it's one of those play pools where everyone can beat everyone. That's the thing. Right. Final thing then, guys. This is the most important thing. Is we're gonna have to find out who we think will be the two what make the playoffs. This is tricky. So I'm gonna go with the second team first. So Dio, give us the team you think will finish second in the play pool. No pressure.
I'm going to go with the bot, which is Chase for Solar Savers.
Second, okay. Cav?
Second place. I'm going to go for the Goons in second.
Ooh, the Orcs. Second place for me. Oh, this is tricky. There's a lot of good teams in here. Oh dear. Let's have a look. Okay, I've got it down to 3 teams now. Oh god. Oh, dear me. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Sabres. I'll go Sabres second.
Second. Okay.
Dio, who's gonna win the Playpool?
I'm going with the Goons.
The Goons. There's a lot of love for the Orcs. A lot of love for the Orcs. So you're thinking it's this season? It's going to be green. The Orcs are going to get it done. The Colorado Celts. Fair enough. And who do you think? Who do you think will win the league?
Me or Dio?
Sorry, you. Dio's just said the Goons.
Yeah, I think Chase. I think Solo Sabres will have a storming season. I think as long as he keeps Han healthy,
yep,
and doesn't get any MNGs for key games, I think he'll do really well. I really like the way his team's looking. Yeah, I know I haven't put Beers in the top 3, but he'll definitely be there. I think he might have a bit of the old champions curse going on.
Yeah.
And I think this is a really tough group, and he doesn't have enough elves to munch on because F4 love elves. They love chomping on the elves.
Oh yeah, we all love chomping on elves. I mean that's
and because this is quite a vicious pool. And I think because he will have a target on his head, I think everyone will raise their game when they play him.
Yeah.
So he'll have harder games this season, I think. So that's why, top Solo Savers, second the Goons for me.
So Chase is worried. He's saying, "Don't pick me," and I think all of us have picked him to come in the first two. So Chase has said, "When I get relegated, I'm blaming you guys." Okay, the team I think will win it all. Well, not win it all, but win this division. Is the Mousselon Morning Stars. I'm gonna go for the Vamps. Yes, the Vamps. Card. I am going for the wild card because hey, I like a wild card.
That's a good wild card. Yeah.
I was torn between the Misfits, the Sabres, and the Morning Stars. But you sort of sold me that curse that champs don't do so well. So I was like, all right, I'm going to use that as an excuse. I like the Sabres, but the Sabres might break, and Chase is pleading me not. And I thought, God, Chase would lose his shit if I picked him first. So I put him second, and I think I'm buying in on the Stemjal, the Mousselon this season. I think with the firepower they have, they're gonna do enough. I'm gonna go Vamps, baby. I don't think they're gonna do it. Beer says Misfits for relegation. No, I don't think you'll get relegated. That would have been an amazing turnaround. Champions relegation, and you know what? If you got relegated, I feel so sorry.
Go to the very, very last day, and I think they'll be so tight that they'll have like strength of schedule out, and it will be extremely close between all of them.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the season every single one of these teams is contending for a spot.
Can you see any of these teams? Is there any team here where you think might get relegated? No. Cav?
I mean, Asterix Brigadiers. If he gets that mean streak, I like his sign-in.
Yeah, I like his sign-in.
But man, is he up against some very good coaches and teams in here? Like he will need to.
2 coaches out of all 4 leagues are relegated.
Yeah.
We all know one who's definitely getting relegated, so that just leaves one spot.
So that's why Dio's already claimed one slot.
You can't claim it. You can't claim it.
No, I don't think the midgets will go down.
I don't.
Yeah, will it get relegated? I don't know. I think it'll be a good rebuilding season for the Necromantics. I think Whiskey will get, it's a versatile team. I think he'll hang in there.
Yeah.
I think Rand's a good coach. He'll get the most out of what he's working with too.
Yeah.
So I think Brigadiers will get a win and a couple of draws, and I think they will hang in there. So
I hope so. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm really concerned in this Playpool. I think one of these two Nagel teams will go down. I think one of these two will get relegated. That's my call of what I've seen so far. I think Rand's a great coach, but that team, it's like held together with sellotape. It's going to snap
but
eventually.
That's why he likes it. I think Rand likes that, right?
He may like. I don't think he does.
Functioning team, right? You gave Rand a fully functioning team. He wouldn't know what to do with it, right? You give him a busted team, and he'll take it to the playoffs.
I mean,
So
he got to the semi-finals. I'm hoping he'll do
Yeah.
well. I don't want to see him relegated. We want all the Cowboys. Sorry, all the Cowboys. All the four
He's
horsemen
like
up
a
there.
Nurgle MacGyver. He just,
Yeah,
like,
that's a good thing. Yeah,
he
but
just gets it done and he'll get a result.
This is
So
just
I
a
don't think he'll go down.
tough league. It
Yeah, I'm glad
really
I'm not in
is.
it.
I know. I wouldn't. I'd be picking myself to get relegated in this. I just think, and you can hold me to it. I'm telling you now, one of these two Nagel teams will go down to the challenge next season. That's my prediction, and we all know my predictions are never wrong. Honest. So them two will probably come first and second. I've said that. But yeah, I fear for the Nagel in this, and that breaks my heart being a Nagel coach. I hope they both win loads of games. I will cheer on Nagel because I obviously am Team Nagel. But yeah, that's what I go. Anyway, that's us done, guys. Thanks for everybody watching. Obviously, we'll see if our predictions are right or not. Hope you all enjoyed it. Obviously, if you've come in late or you've just seen the last 5-10 minutes, this will be exported to Twitch, but it'll also be exported to my YouTube channel where all the play pools will be for the ones for you to watch. Thanks to Dio and Cav for joining me. It's so much better and so much easier for me when you guys help me. And thanks for everyone in chat. And you know what? This looks like one of the most exciting play pools in the competition. And there's a lot of, and I hope all 8 teams do well. None of them get relegated, and they're all back next season for in the pros. And I got a sneaky feeling, guys, the champion of season 19 may come from this 8. But the question is, which one will that be? Will it be the Savers? Will it be the Vamps? Will it be the Goons? Or will Beers just show everybody how it's done again and get another cup? Oh, will
Jess's jealousy pulling through.
Yeah.
Will
we'll just
Beers
say
kill more legendary players?
Yeah, and we'll sleep us to Seattle. Be like, God damn it! I retire and the Necromantics win a cup. God damn it!
He'll come back.
I will, like I say, I will try and call as many matches as I can. Just MML is my home. And I will do my best. If people let me know, and if I can do it, I will do it. I will try and do as many as I can. All I do say, though, is when I do stream, I'll stream solo if I have to, but it's always nice if someone comes in and helps me, because I think it's a lot better if you have different sort of views, and it's just a lot more fun. But yeah, if you want me to stream your games, just let me know, guys. Just let me know, and then obviously I'll put them all in a little folder on my YouTube video, and you can go back and watch them if you want. And that's it. And like I say, honestly, good luck to all. I hope Vansler and Rand's playing don't go down. And I hope the Vamps win it, because I'll look pretty clever for once in my whole life if the Vamps win the full thing. Especially this division. And I do believe, though, guys, watch the Savers. I've got a sneaky feeling this may be their year. Yeah. Anyway, take care, guys. Good luck. Thanks to Dio and Cab. And we'll see you probably maybe later on tonight or tomorrow for another play pool. Take care, guys. See you later.